Thank you to the organizers of this program today and for all who are devoting their time and energy to this sacred work. My name is Rabbi Hoffman. I serve at Kehillah Synagogue in Chapel Hill, and I know that we are proud to be among the early members of this coalition and to see it grow from, I remember it was at one point just the triangle and now moving towards a statewide effort. It's been really powerful to see this work continue to grow. So I feel like I've maybe shared some of these sentiments before, but I think it's important to be grounded in our traditions, and I've been asked to draw on these teachings once again to keep us rooted in where we are coming from in this work. So I'm going to share a little bit about the traditional approach in Judaism to questions of abortion and reproductive health care. And some of you may be familiar with the idea of the system of Jewish law, which is called halakha. And halakha is not just a question of what one believes, but how one acts in the world. So there's interpretation written around how one behaves ethically, how one celebrates holidays, how one interacts with their neighbors, and all of these are areas which have a religious component in our tradition. And there's a strand of this interpretation that has to do with questions of pregnancy and healthcare. Some of you may be familiar with a brief section in the book of Exodus where they are discussing a situation with a pregnant person, and the text recognizes that the situation of someone who is pregnant with a fetus is different than a child who is outside of the womb, and that the ramifications of what happens to this fetus or a child is a different situation. And this leads to a strand of writing that understands that one is considering situations of someone who is pregnant, that the health and life of the pregnant person must be taken into account in how one makes decisions. And this is not just a question of what one believes about what is right or wrong in these situations, but when some Jewish people approach the system of halakha, it's a question of how does one actually act? And there are situations where, according to Jewish tradition, if you were to look at traditional sources, abortion would not be a choice, but abortion might be required for the health and life of the pregnant person. And this interpretation is one that comes under threat when there are laws that limit the access to that health care. And as I'm sure many of you are aware, this becomes an issue of religious freedom when choices that are, or actions that are demanded by a religious approach are not allowed because of the laws in our state or our country. Today, people of Jewish faith take many courses when confronting these questions and decisions. Some look to the system of halakha, some look to their sense of Jewish values and how that suggests they should approach this decision and situation. But whatever way people choose to make this decision, I think that we can all agree that having the freedom to make that choice is what we need to fight for as this coalition. I want to share two other brief reflections today. The movement of Judaism that I'm a part of is called Reconstructionism, and it was the first Jewish movement to be founded in America. And the founder of this Jewish movement, Mordechai Kaplan, had a vision of American Judaism where Jewish people living in America would be positively influenced by the many cultures of American society, and that the Jewish culture and teaching would positively influence American society. So Kaplan was very interested in how Jews could uphold democracy, how Jews could share in their religious worship and perspectives in a multi-faith, multicultural society. And we recognize ways that vision is also under threat right now. And to me, it's been so heartening to see a coalition like IVRF come together where we are able to actually put that into practice. Each of us coming from different strands of faith, but with a shared mission of how we can positively influence the society we live in to achieve greater justice and freedom for all. So I, again, want to thank all the work that has gone into making IVRF what it is, and we are proud to be a part of it and to help it continue to do this much needed work in our society. Thank you.